Starting coming at you with another game of Total War 3 Kingdoms. We're here with Duke Lubu. We could be a king, but we're an awesome duke. We're the Prime Minister of the Han, and the Emperor loves us. Now, a couple of more duchies have run up in recent time. The Duchy of Zhong works for us, you know. Zawei has been put into a trash can recently, and you know, Cao Cao is no more. We've got Dong Zhuo become our vassal. Zhurong would always be a terrible vassal, but if you can get him without giving away too much, it would be worth it. Alright, so there's looters over here in Wuwei, which makes a lot of sense. But we now have called our vassals to war against Mai. But first, let's do this battle, right? Yeah, let us just... And we beat up on them a little bit in the previous turn when they tried to take this place, so this will help, and then we will, I guess, push this army towards the north in general, while we consider what to do with it. You know, it's two vanguards, but hey, Cai Mao is, you know, they're both good at their jobs. Ma Dai is very tough and has a great weapon. He's a killer. But we're gonna have coverage on, like, the whole thing, yeah. Yeah, so we... But that's the thing, is if you can defend one archer unit, just one, then you'll find yourself, you know, able to, if they have fire arrows, you'll find yourself able to do anything you need to do. And of course, we finally got our ballista, our trebuchet rather. The ballistae are not that desirable. So now we've got, you know, a more normal for me army, you know, and we'll definitely get to feast upon the foe. They're rolling all these smoke bombs. It's super annoying, but it's alright. We get inside. We eat a very big shot cav charge there on my... It'll be alright. On Saimao, rather, not Madai. He's fine. But now he's trying to run. Of course, that's not going to work at all. And now it's time to make our way in. Trebuchet even pretty beat up and with only a couple of models, you know, because, well, 3 of them, you know. Still gets 152 kills. You cannot shake a stick at a Trebuchet. They are too resistant to stick shaking. They are so good. Hit a roar and flames. And then try to bounce out here. Awesome, did a whole bunch of damage. Take some pot shots at him while he runs. Getting chunked there, yeah. You know, there's Cav in the back. I didn't notice him. We'll be all right. The blob fight favors us as our superior infantry quality. And, you know, respectful meme will dominate the day. And plus, once the Cav here have more stuff embroiled with them, they're not going to be able to, you know, focus on us. Yeah, those were the Wusun horsemen that were chunking us there. But now we get through just as planned. I love an army with trebuchets. Takes a while to get him, and we didn't really level up anybody that was going to be conducive to it in this campaign. But Liu Biao, he knows where the bread's buttered. So some of these Archers shoot 5 times a minute, and some shoot 2. We need, like, is Saimao giving them range firing rate? I don't know. Oh, the fire arrows. That's why. That's why. We lose favor for fighting Ma'ai. Make it make sense, right? Pick up a new hero through the event. Who gives us Wooden Ox? He is a guerrilla, which does start him with Mighty Knockback. However, I mean, kind-hearted, honorable, and clever. But yeah, we'll be alright on that front. The looter's being here is not great, but... Alright, where do we want to send a spy?
行，你究竟有何企图？
Wu probably has no satisfaction problems at all, right? So... Who's at war with Liu Bei? I mean, I am. Alright, let's save it real quick. And keep it rolling. That's one of our sieges, and the other one we have an actual proper siege. We do have some fire arrows and stuff here, so let's get to it, right? Once we get in, you know, we've got a couple of brawlers, so. We're just gonna put these guys over here. They're stock, and if we can like run in here and be a menace with them while we're doing everything else, that would be desirable. Alright, they're gonna have bastion artillery all over. We just need to find a place where they have... Alright, so on this side we'll have a lot of bastion artillery, but... Then we'll, what, fight in these funnels and be able to get in there. Because if we go in the front way... There are these towers. Because crucially, we've got Vanguard deployment, which doesn't apply to the siege weapon, obviously. And this is not, you know, shield wall is not turtle, but it is pretty good. So we'll have these guys here. Archers, archers, archers. I think we drop the tower because that's less desirable. Anyway. Oh, this gate damage is at 88% already, because this is the gate that is hurt by our abilities and stuff. Well, we picked the right one. Well, in that case, we actually might just run them up to it and be able to crack it down before long at all. We'll see. But aggression will be, you know, the order of the day. We're going to be trying to get inside, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, because we'll, alright, there's that one. And now these multiple crossbows won't be long for life either. Yeah, you know, this is how to deal with the Bastion artillery, right? This right here. Vanguard deployment is, of course, incredibly good for this application, because being able to start your guys exactly where you want them to be, you know, that's worth its weight. And we totally don't need this ram, but that's okay. We're gonna get our grappling hooks going over there. Alright, gates are down. But we don't want to just, like, walk into it. Also, we don't need to be here anymore. Because they don't have any force multipliers on this side anymore. Bastion artillery are all cracked. And then we're gonna, you know, just burn down their towers and move on to more towers. Get the infantry in. But this guy runs out. He's very brave. Or dumb. Alright, grappling hook's going up the wall there. Beautiful. This roar should actually have a big negative effect on him. We don't want Machao to be in there too far. He does have like 80 armor. He is a very, very tanky sentinel, but we still, you know, need... We want to fight like right after this if possible, so... Alright, if we can get in right here and get on these archers, boom, baby, just what we want to see. Run through the caltrops, what are you gonna do? Oh, the reclaimers there. Well, they are heavy infantry. Oh, we didn't take the tower here. Well, that's not great, but we did distract them greatly with these hidden axes, so that's good. Oh, those guys are on the top anyway. Well, let's break the front then. here, I think we just leave these spear guards tying up all these people's attention. I think that's totally fine. Take this gatehouse. We need to just walk over here and take this gatehouse. And if anybody's on the wall, then we'll fight them. And if not, then we won't. Hit another roar here. You know, Yellow Turban Warriors are tough. They got, like, unbreakable junk. And, you know, and that's a value all its own, of course. People that won't run away when they should. Like, do Spear Guards win against Reclaimers? I mean, probably not, but gotta engage anyway. What we've got here, though, is a runway of folk without spears, and we are going to capitalize upon it. We're just gonna leave these guys over here, because again, like, we're tying them up. Our archers are shooting. Burning down the city a little bit. What are you gonna do, right? And the thing is there are so many archers that it isn't really, you know, wise to move our guys, because if we turn our shoulders, then we probably just get popped, right? But this center piece without the spears, you know, they had the spears on the front and they fell, and now, oh yeah, 2 militia virtue left. I think we just stay here on the wall because we'll it'll be harder for them to shoot us. Yeah. You know, this works better with a lot of units of those guys, I think. But still, you know, the distraction is good. It's not like the distraction is ungood. It is double plus good. Yeah, negative 50 morale that guy's got the ability for. Well, fortunately, we're something of a morale specialist ourselves. Yeah. Fooling him over there, this gate being wounded when we didn't even know. All perfect. All perfect things. The Chung Hunter is almost out of ammo, but of course this isn't really like the kind of battle that they're for. But of course with fire arrows, the slow firing rate makes them like as slow as crossbows, but you know, it's about sending a message. Like, how does this ability work? Okay. It's a more of a targeted, single shot, far away thing. Got it. And then, yeah, so just like a good single target poke rather than, I mean, the damage over time isn't irrelevant, but but all of these fools over here have spent their whole lives shooting these spear guards who won't run. You know, better than spear guards. They don't need to be. Nobody needs to be better. Oh, wow, well, she chased him down. And for all of that, we end up walking into the middle where the towers are anyway. It's alright. Smash. Bum 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 bum. And there's the army loss, right? Oh, we gotta kill these 10 guys, because they're the militia of virtue, right? And they will not be moved. Victory! Glorious victory! You know, the game says it was close, and I believe them. The army worked perfectly for what we needed it to work for. You know, the crossbows. Maybe we don't need the crossbows in this army, right? Just more archers. Of course, regular archers are a little meh, but, I mean, just because I'm comparing them to archers of Jing. My other armies have archers of Jing. I think we go here because melee evasion for the army. Ah, no, we'll go, yeah. Well, here to the reinforcement and the replen. Yeah, it's better than the other way. And getting poison arrows for her retinue will be fine. Well, we don't even have hidden access on her, but, you know. We could have done. Machao needs a real horse, but, you know, we can't take it away from these people. You know, you're the heir, but Ma Di, you know. Well, Zhonglu, I bet you'll see things my way with this peace idea, because these armies you have are not very good, and they're attriting. So if he starts a siege here... If he starts a siege here, we just sally out and it'll be fine. Yeah. We'll lose a turn of replen, which is okay. And that army is so beat up, but it's alright. We have 15k because we make so much money from post-battle loot that even though we already spent all of our money, or most of our money, we have a little bit more. Alright, so Zuchong, Shuchong, we don't really want to hold on to, right? Yeah, we'll just... We'll reduce it to a small town again, and which still has a population of, you know, almost 1 million. Alrighty, Liu Biao sorted this out, and you know, even though this dude hates us, you know, that doesn't, just because your vassals hate you doesn't mean they're gonna do anything about it, right? Like, look, if you want peace, and that's how much you want it, I guess it would have taken pressure off of the Duchy, but we don't really care about that. And a lot of people are signing treaties with Dong Zhuo now that we're not part of his grouping anymore. While Li gets wise. Nice. Yeah, we'll have Ma Chao read the classic of filial piety. That's always a good laugh. And we'll make their spies harder to use because I have that ability at the moment. Alright, so I'm not 100% sure there. Could they be an ambush here? Ah, he's right there. And then the other one's over there. Well. Catching him out here. Highly desirable. Oh, yeah. And then we, get to hit the garrison as well, I guess. Good, good, good.
这就是轻视我等的代价。这群人只会拖我们后腿，绝不留情。
Get the momentum.
立刻群敌，怒吼吧！我等威名，如今海内皆知。
And Ma Chao crucially gets to level 6.
我们拼死夺下此城，理应将其占有。
到此为止了。说话小心点。
Yeah, he just, you know, hates us and doesn't like our ways. But I mean, what if we perfection? Grab him. And then we just say, boom, baby, do you have any ancillaries, any cool cups? He's very poor. You'll offer him 1 food. Everybody gets upset with that, except him, who almost gets over how much he doesn't like us. So yeah, we'll just give these cities over. After all, totally worth it.
没有人甘愿俯首称臣。准了。
Getting us more reliability. Of course, the various Nunman tribes who are acquainted are annoyed, but you know, what are they going to do? Fighting the Nunman perpetually very far from Nunman lands when you already have fire arrows and horse archers, well, that's a different proposition than fighting them the rest of the time. Ma Chao gets Flames of the Phoenix. Gorgeous. You know, it's wild when we lose our replenishment buff. I'm like, man, things really go slow here. But of course, Liu Xie's army gets hers. The mustering rate, but yeah, we'll just stay right here another turn, I guess, because yeah, we'll move the turn after. Alright, so Gao Shun's over here. Couple of choices. Because now that we've vassalized Kuitu and got this war with Ma'ai, you know, that's what he's going to be engaged with, right? Am I at war with this guy?
有必要吗？
Yes.
三思而后行。
Ma Yunlu? You should fight for me, my girl. But once this goes up, then we'll be able to get the next level of horse camps for even better stuff there. And we probably want to think about getting another army up. Sad where they took her awesome ability away, but it's okay. I think I mean, if we can wait a couple more years, we can set up an army for some of the children, but we have access to 6 more forces anyway, so... Let's just see if we think this guy's a spy. Yeah. Yeah, we do. Alright, we'll just... need some more filial and incorruption, but Jiju, I mean, it would be nice to get him, but yeah, okay, so he is quite upset, and our satisfaction is going to keep tanking. If we want to keep him, yeah, we'll Name him this, and that'll keep him slightly better. But yep, the old satisfaction problems really reeling us, making their ugly head known. Oh, because, oh, 2 filial and corrupts were over as well. Well, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? When Ping, not a spy, doesn't have filial and incorrupt, but not a spy. Shen Yu does have filial and incorrupt, even if he is a spy. That'll be useful. We'll send him out on that next turn. Need to get him a better retinue. Well, I mean, what are the chances that they're going to come up to the pass? Alright, where do we need to recruit this new army at? Let's say here.
为了天下苍生。威加海内，乱世随定。
Oh, he has teaching assignment? That's real good. Should have got that a long time ago. I just wanted to see if I thought he was a spy, and I definitely do. Can't give a spy an army. Can put a spy on a mission, though. Alright, so we just need one more. Hong Fu Song's last ride? No.
廉洁奉公，忍受苦难。
We'll grab her. She... Yeah, we'll grab her. Okay. So we'll just swoop up this way, and we'll just start the fight with the Duchy of Song, like, right now, too. Because I need it. But we'll declare war, and then declare him an enemy of the Han, is, I guess, what we'll do, and then everything up here that we do will help the Emperor appreciate our better qualities. I kind of want to restructure this army a little bit. Because we can give... Hold on, a couple of Onyx Dragons, right? And then we can swap the ones in Liu Xie's retinue. For more Azure Dragons. Well, I mean, Azure Dragons do very solid work. You know, they're very stabby. They get their work done against cavalry and stuff. Couple more Pearl Dragons, though. Pearl Dragons have shields. You know, let's just go more Azures here. Because they do good fighting on the flanks. Like, they're great against cavalry, and they've got, like, big weapon skill in general. I mean, sure, our faction has some help there. But, yeah, you know, I think that's fine. And then we'll still get more in there, and then go, like... Yeah, two regular archers there, and the 4 horse archers maintain a lot of the mobility, but then get, you know, to where we can burn down towers and stuff a little easier. And then also, you know, stiffen up the line some. But even though our buildings are expensive, they're about to finish up, and we're going to get a lot of benefit from the next year or so if we can maintain the fragile peace such as it is. Zhangyan is in an alliance with one of these fools, so is likely going to be jumping out whenever it pops off, but... Hey, perfection! Mai wants a guarantee of autonomy, will sign peace with us, become our vassal, and pay us a little bit of money. See, this is my idea of somebody who knows how to end a war. Like, how nice to see that from an AI, where they're like, hey, look. Boom, baby. And now the North is much better in a situation. And he got caught doing his little thing. We vassalize Mai, which impresses everybody. And I guess we can just... We could send Liu Biao on a quest to take care of problems up here. But fundamentally, his job here is done, and we can just spin him up, like, down here for this war. Because, honestly, unless, you know, and I doubt these guys are going to just, like, leave our vassalage system and declare war on us right now, just because they hate us. Like, what? Everybody hates us, but they don't all declare war.
该当如此。进港。
Ah, well, actually, the Yellow Turbans have taken this place, so that's pretty convenient. Yeah, because we can drop Liu Biao's army and re-recruit it, like, over here, where we're sure to be wanting it soon. But, you know, first we should look for deals, because with our armies up, you know, we intimidate people more with our strength. So that's the other thing about it we've got to consider.
有话快说。
He's like, never. And I'm like, don't say you'll never when you might.
又是你这厮！
No, it wouldn't be worth it to do anyway. Although, if we want to scratch him off the kill list, we're going to need to get some action in before too long, because, well...
真是浪费时间。
Oh, he's still at war with Wei?
那就快点吧。
Okay, so because of the weirdness of the alliance war, they're still at war with my vassal. Which is not what I want.
有话快说。
But they're still in the alliance war against Wu and Wei. Ah, the complicated web.
打起精神来，向目标前进。
Alright, so we can...
又是你这厮！
give him mercenary assistance. And... because I don't particularly want this land here, and so it'd be funny to give Gongsun some lands over on this side. And, you know... good stuff. He's poor, it says, but we are equal. Yeah, so we do this. Hey, look at Gongsun. You know, he's probably going to be a duke before too long, huh? Jutai rocking out. It's a scary army there. Ah, and he liberates Chang'an rather than support him in the war. That's pretty funny. But we will move up in there ere too long, and...
我军如有天助，气焰大盛。
All Yeah, and we just burn it down.
悉心节欲，待时而发。
Yeah, I don't think a level 3 city gets walls, so it'll probably be like a minor settlement thing.
开战！
We move up this way, you know, we've got our foreign replen. It's not much, but it's something. And there, because, you know, when we get more of these armies, then we can burn stuff down when we're off on whatever we're doing, and to get our big buffs, right? Desirable things. All right, and yeah, we'll redeploy down here because it's so far away from being useful there. And yeah, you know, doing just fine for us there, and you know, finally our tributaries are more than our taxation. Alright, so I guess maybe you just say you want somebody to be an enemy of the Han, but they don't actually get made into it. Anyway.
谁在叫我？想问点什么？
It's time to get our people on assignment here. No. I'm sure there'll be somewhere we can make money here. Oh, Chinyu's got filial and corrupt. Yeah, let's do that here. Yeah, I'm sure we can find something useful to do. But here we can get...
万物失节。
Couple of these hammer guards, and then you know, he's got fire arrows, and that means we can, you know, we can get what we have to get out of it. Throw a nice Imperial bow on him, and... before long, we'll be off to the races again.
绝不动摇。
Now here, I'd rather deal with Hu Mao and leave Liu Zhong over there because Hu Mao is quite far from friends, right?
小心中计。
And this is pretty annoying land to get into or out of, so we might as well get into it or out of it. Duchy of Zhong is getting all the way on the back foot, but that is just the breaks. You know, we fought Wu a little bit, but you know, by turning away, we'll become the vassal of Duchy of Zhong. No, I don't think so, buddy. You can work for me. Oh, never? Yeah, well then, get wrecked. You think you're a duke? I'm a duke. He wants to end the war against him? No, I'm good. Masu has come of age. I think he starts at like level 1 because he wasn't getting all the cool levels like everybody else, right? Yuan Yao, we need to get him into an army, right? Because now, you know, sure, he's mild-mannered and won't duel, but he's got fire arrows, night battle, and he can get trebuchets at level 6, so speaking of, a lot of the teaching of the children will nearly be done, and it'll be time to speaking of the time of the past, boom baby. Gets fire arrows. Night battles when commanding. We probably won't need him that often. Watchmen of the Peace are medium armored, shielded crossbows. Brutal.
我军势头已经涌起，此战我军必胜。
我军迎头痛击，敌方必将无力还手。
勿需多言，可敢与我一战？
Oh, and we've got slightly more range on our horse cav, so on our cavalry, on our missile cav, and of course we we've got a lot of tools in this force for dealing with a problem like a siege. Poison volley. Gao Shun, who will get scattering blows and his other things soon enough. Because we outranged their archers by quite a lot at 275, and they're just at, you know, 220, I think, at the best, so... We'll just burn down the whole place around them. That'll show them. Morning, Lily. What progress have we made? Oh, lots. We won a couple of the sieges. We got a couple of more vassals. There was Ma'ai in the north above our capital. One of the horse lords up there. He's like a Han dude. I don't know a lot about him, but he declared war. But we beat him up, and we got our vassals up there against him. And now he's working for us. He's our vassal now, so we're making money off of him. And then we, south of our mainlands, Zhonglu, this Taoist guy, we got him to work for us. He was at war, but we won the siege with the bandit queen, and that's what we got out of there, and... But right now we're doing a siege the old-fashioned way, with horse archers that shoot their towers. With fire. It's super effective. And when you see a big line like this, and you're a guy like me, you think of one thing. How can I poison volley this line? Glorious! Oh, yeah. Boom, baby. What an ability. But now we're just gonna bunker bust to try to get on these incredibly annoying infantry, because, you know, they're shielded and stuff. And of course, by doing that, we do get charged by their cav some, but not over much. Because even though they've got, like, shields and stuff, we have a ton of ammo. And, you know, that's the breaks for them, right? I'm going to line up right here, and they're going to let me do it. Alright, it doesn't work. Oh, my goodness. Well... all of that time hoping that we would get a poison volley shot, and we end up getting trucked on by shot cav for like half of her HP. It's alright. But of course, this army is not built to fight a bunch of shielded guys in a town. Alright. Will this poison volley get lined up? I think so. Yeah. You know, that tower, this house actually gets in the way of a lot of it, but tons of them hit, and that'll be enough. Man, yellow turbans are very, very resistant to getting punched.
敌军四散而逃，到底是无胆鼠辈。听命！太弱了。
But here, a big cavalry charge in the front. You know, they're already a little tired of fighting, and now we bring in the cavalry. You might have thought, wasn't the cavalry already here? Yeah, but this is like all of the cavalry. And then if we hit a poison volley down this line, well, it's about sending a message. There's definitely an army that'll benefit from becoming more classic with, you know, some trebuchets. But when I started it, I couldn't get trebuchets, and now I can. Clean.
时时已尽，拔剑杀敌。
做好准备，速速前进！进军！杀光敌军！
准备开战！尽情厮杀！
加速前进！
Oh, Wisdom of the River would have helped that whole time. Jeez. Bunch of unbreakable dudes. It's only okay when I do it. I wonder how Yellow Turbans play in this mod. So in the base game, it's like, you know, they're sort of like a one-trick pony type of thing. And you're like, man, I can't believe you taught a pony that trick. That's cool. What other kinds of stuff can it do? And they're like, I will show you this pony do what it just did.
国军如有天助，气焰大盛。
Alright, we could burn it down. I don't particularly want to live here. Giving it to one of our vassals isn't that useful. If we burn it down, we go to max momentum, makes everybody happy, and gives us all the bonuses. So yeah, you know, that's, well, we'll burn it down. That's what we'll do. But I'm going to take a short break, and then we'll move up in here, and we won't burn this one down. We'll take that one. We're pretty far away from where Song's power base is. I mean, such as it is, I mean, maybe his power base isn't very much, right? It doesn't really look like... I mean, how did he even get to be a duchy? He must have just barely got there, right? It's Wu that's the problem, but we are gonna... Woo, boy! We're gonna see 3 armies from Liu Bei there. Well, we'll get back and we'll think about the future then. Alright. So that's a lot of armies of Liu Bei across the river, right? That's the principal concern, is it's 3 of them. Now, they aren't led by heroes, though. These are just dudes. Some of their troops here are really good. Like, they've got some white-feathered riders. But in general, just a lot of dudes.
我可没心情。
扫平乱贼，澄清四海。
I think this is fine. I mean, what's the worst that happens? The worst that happens is we get into a 3v1 against armies with a very limited amount of effective cavalry. Without any... Well, with a couple of vanguards, but you know. Because we, importantly, have Liu Xie and Liu Bu here. This is not like, oh no, we're going to be in a fair fight. There ain't such a thing as a fair fight with us around.
拿起武器，
We're going to go to ambush here to see what happens. And...
行，你究竟有何企图？
Alright, so Song desires peace, but he won't want it on terms that I want, like being my vassal.
胜有得谈。
He would, you know, we would need to beat him up pretty bad for all that.
“有话快说。”
And we know he won't, like, stay on our crew, but getting him on our side right now is good enough. Like, have you considered some horses? I mean, we do kind of want these lands, but not, like, that badly, because if we can just... Yeah, and the only people that dislike this are already mad at us.
为了百姓，
And now we have a nice bandit on our side.
算是谈妥了。我方接受。
Alright. More vassals, more tributary income. We need to spin up another army. Gao Shun gets to level 8, gets the Flames of the Phoenix. Oh yeah.
“听命！”正在行进。
But crucially, of course, now that he's our guy, we'll be able to move through these gate passes, get some replenishment in here occasionally, and, you know, if he ever wants to turn his back on us, well, we'll know how to deal with that.
家和万事兴。
So here, I think what we probably do is bushwhack Yongfen here. He's an unscrupulous schemer, so it's fine. Assuming Liu Xie doesn't get in this fight, then we'll just move this way, get this farmland, have a foothold here, and then continue on pushing that way.
“定国安民！”
绝不动摇。 向前进军！奋力一战！
We messed up by arresting our momentum there. We could have done it, but we clicked away while we were doing it. It's fine.
奉己牺牲。
And crucially, getting this bandit on our side means this front isn't going to open up, I mean, at least for a little while. And
你又怎样？乱世出英雄，
we'll vassal call to arms there.
你这逆贼，能有何事？
Yeah, we've got a trade agreement possibility. Who wishes to trade with us? Nobody wants to trade with us. That's okay. I don't need a trade agreement with you anyway. Definitely looks like the Duchy of Zhong is going to be on its way out, but you know, you cannot have everything. It's been explained to me that you cannot have everything. I've never understood why that should be true, or even if it is, but it's been explained to me. Bravely bold, Sir Shafu. He has negative morale. He must be famous for running away. Bum 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 bum.
虚，
为了天下苍生。
Masu at just level 1 really needs to get to level 2 before we want to get him anywhere. Get on those markets, buddy. Alright, so if we want another army, then we need Yuan Yao there. And then we can do like yeah, we'll make it work. We could get Mustache Man and him, and then somebody. Or we can split one of the reds off of Ma Chao's army, and that is much more practical. Not Ma Chao's army, off of Liu Biao's army. Alright, let's see if they detect our ambush here, and how brave they are about it. It looks like Liu Bei is really thinking. Okay, is this a crash? I didn't save at the end of the turn. The autosave should have clicked, though. Might have crashed. Being able to click buttons is good, but them not moving at all is not good at all. Well, you know, it hiccups real hard, but not technically a crash.
生灵涂炭。若战事旷日持久，则民众必生祸
But
心。
hitting the button for autosave is supposed to
主公若
enter, and it's supposed to
及时
autosave it right
止息
there,
兵戈
so hopefully
百
we
姓
will
必将揭竿而起，
be
力
fine
争
here.
太平。
Maybe the ambush broke them. Maybe we're not allowed to ambush. Okay, Liu Bei does move. He is tricked by the ambush. He did not catch it. Yuan Shao's right there.
赚钱快，
Awesome.
如你所愿。
And it looks like the Temple City has been taken by Wei, so we'll be able to go and take that back in the event that that is what we decide to do. And it looks like they elected to come out of the battle, come out swinging from behind the way. Well, they've got a Sentinel faction leader, but we've got punchy folk of our own. We've got plenty of ammo to shoot up the infantry and archers, so let's just... Bum, bum, ba-da-dum. We'll, of course, also have towers. Let's get them behind the front lines, right? We always put them too close to where the blob fight's going to be. Let's get them behind the front. But for all that they've got a lot of guys here... Oh, they're actually going to try to... Oh, very clever. It won't work, of course. But they're going to try to. Because I would love to just shoot up their shot cav at great distance. Well, they think these towers are going to stop me.
时机已至，行进，
My idea of a great time.
速速前进，加快速度。
But he does have a very big bow, so we need to be careful about that, or we're gonna get our heroes shot up incredibly badly because he shoots super, super hard.
准备开战，加快步伐。众军前进，
And has 275 range, rough.
准备好了，快点儿！做好准备，万箭齐发。
If only we had fire arrows here, but we don't. Alright, they got tired of getting harassed. Good for them. Good for them.
起勇气！
And, okay, so her shot has the poison volley effect, but it's not like a poison volley, because, you know, it's more targeted. But hey, we can still get away here. And crucially, now we're exactly where we want to be. Tons of ammo still left here. And their shot cav entirely separated from
骑兵注意，给我射击！
the support of all the things that make shot cav worth having.
顽强不屈，准备就绪，挺住，上！
准备就绪，上！
时机已至，你太弱了。准备好了，
进军！感受大地的愤怒吧！
Alright, as fun as it was to not hit this guy, we need to get out of here. Because Hu Mao's bow, like, this tribal recurve, right, is actually really devastating. So we're just gonna go this way. You want a duel, bro? No?
时机已至，
在！顽强不屈，骑兵听命，冲啊！
And he gets a hit on the charge on Ma Chao, but we also get him surrounded with our shot cav, and now he's in a bad way. Of course, he's probably oath-sworn with the faction leader, but alright. We get shot up a little bit there, no point in that. We've got a bunch of crummy archers waiting to brawl.
准备开阵，起勇气，
And we'll duel him out in front of the troops. You know, to encourage everyone.
顶着！注意，准备迎敌！
加快脚步，挺住，感受大地的愤怒吧！
As the thing about Zheng Qiang is, she is like a great duelist because she has tenacity of steel, perfect vigor, you know, like really huge weapons. I mean, she's pretty good at it, right? She doesn't have the big evasion that you would want in a great duelist, but you know, tenacity will double her damage if they fight for very long, which is enough to get anything done. Boom, baby! Emerge victorious, and it doesn't make anybody flip out. She heals up. We get rid of these fools.
向前开进，
And we hit him with another poison volley shot and run away. Haha, get wrecked, buddy. Alright, she has plenty of ammo. We're gonna start tearing up these strategists. Well, this one's got... They both got surge. This one's got deluge as well. Let's try to get him. Because that's all their cav? Yeah, they engaged, like, almost all of their cav there.
等我命令。
Which is quite a mistake to make.
加快速度，速速前进，
进攻！
鼓起勇气，攻击敌军，
加速前进，
赶快赶快！
准备开战！跑起来！加快速度！
鼓起勇气，
And here we're just threading the needle.
敌军
Boom. Getting around the spears.
做好准备。
Mostly getting around the spears. Triumphantly getting around all of the spears somehow.
速前进，加快速度，敌军，
Getting on them here, and Ma Chao running a merry chase there. We'll get Zheng Xiong in the center there, and Ma Chao with his mighty knockback and mighty crunching will get in here. Of course, our spear guards with 70% missile block aren't invulnerable to range damage, but they are real resistant to it. This dude runs in. Good for him. We love a brave boy here.
敌军四散而逃，到底是无胆鼠辈。
加快脚步！准备好了，杀呀！
注意，时机已至，在，
准备就绪！
挺住，在，箭手准备。
But now we're going to be on top of all of these archers, smoke bombs notwithstanding. Looks like she got unhorsed here. Yeah, well, so much the more dangerous for him.
敌军士兵正在溃逃，
挺住！
Ma Chao still
敌将受伤。
rocking out, and perfection, of course. The Jen gets a little beat up because I lost sight of where she was a little bit, but crucially, our shock cav is rocking out there, and you know, this was a perfect fight for us. I mean, we didn't like do perfectly, but this is how to implement an army like this, especially against a superior force, right? You know, I think 6 cav archers is too many for me. 3's a better amount. You can still get a lot done, but all your eggs aren't in the basket, and you still got plenty to fall back to.
准备就绪！尽情厮杀！
鼓起勇气，步兵听命。
And these hidden axes, of course, doing so good. I mean, they've got those big AP values. They've got big damage in general.
准备开战，准备就绪，杀光敌军。
And you just gotta love it whenever they do this. When they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna attack you. But of course, we didn't make it to besiege the place, so that's not great. But on the upside, the damage we did here is super considerable. Beautiful.
准备好了，杀光敌军，杀！
But here we do the important work of running down these fools, and we might get shot by some of their towers here. I mean, getting rid of a whole unit of the sword guards is better than whatever else we could do there, so totally worth. Ma Chao's a very speedy boy. Alright, good stuff. A heroic victory. Yep, many hundreds of kills there. 150 on the hidden axes, who did great in that blob fight, you know. You need some melee infantry. Spears will hold, but they don't win.
力求上进。俘虏也要吃饭，都放了吧。
We take the replenishment here, even though it'll make us tired. I feel like that's worth.
是精兵良将。
In the winter of 206, Huangfu Song perishes. A capable administrator of the Han, Huangfu Song, famous for being a very moral guy. In real life, Dong Zhuo conspires to have him slain. It's interesting to get him into Lu Bu's faction, but there we go. He's a great man. We will never see his like again. However, now we have his unique bow in the faction, and Lu Bu can carry it in his honor. Huangfu Song's bow. It's not technically as good as this, but it does swing. It shoots twice as quick, so yeah. And now it's bound to him. For the rest of Lu Bu's life, he shall carry the bow of Huangfu Song. And after him, his heir shall carry it. And after them, you know the rest. Alright, so here we either...
保持原样。 相信直觉。
Well, popping these guys would be nice, right? 200% income from silk in local count. I need to get this guy. I need to get this guy and deploy him in my place with the silk. 200% more silk income. Yuan Yin gets to level 6, and then the 50-foot mustache man gets down here to the poison arrow area. this guy, I would love to get into a fight, but with Filial and Incorrupt, you know, we sort of have to have him roll that forever. Lu Long and Lu Deng will grow up before too long.
一统天下。
So the good thing is that Yuan Shao's in March, and Yuan Shao is like a chump, right? Like, I mean, he's not like irrelevant, but he's not like I am, you know. He's not a Lu Bu figure, and he's got a couple of strategists with him, and then Yuan Tan, so we should be able to show new Cataphracts. Yeah. Decent. Yeah, because the Zhong Cataphracts, they have that northern courage, though, so, you know, they may not be too courageous. But he does have the defenders, the Vanguard crossbows, Onyx dragons, you know, it's,
请下命令。
being no slouch of a thing to deal with. However, we've got guys of our own, right? And well, I'm sure we could find a way to make it work. What's the garrison here? Still very beat up. All right, yeah. Well, we have a ton of money. Madai is having a time, and Huanggang is probably not going to survive here. We're going to call our vassals to arms against him to get him eliminated. We're going to get everybody embroiled there, you know. Get these fools off of our lawn.
拿起武器。
Alright, if we just trespass on Yongfeng here for a second, because this army's beat up, then we can get to the Gu Pass where my vassal holds sway.
前进！
Boom! And get our replen. And from there we'll be able to run here. Hey, and Shu Huang is here. Which means if we go in this direction, the list will get filled out. And Liu Bei is actually doing, I mean, better than Yuan Shao was. I mean, how did Yuan Shao... I guess he's got this special building for prestige, and I guess he built it everywhere. But maybe Liu Bei took this from him, right? Is he at war with him? No? Well, he might have been. Anyway, Liu Bei is doing totally fine, right? As far as things go. I was expecting to see him sort of on the back foot, but it looks like... You know, he's alright, although he has not managed to become a sweet duke like the rest of us. Yeah, I said you ain't got no duchy. So, Liu Biao's force, I feel like will... If we get it at, like, Luoyang, then it can be like, oh, holding force here, because, I mean, we've got all this nonsense, but... If we wait until we do this fight, we can recruit it right here, swing it up this way, and move around and stuff, and... Seems like this, well, oh yes, indeed. We got Ma Ai, we cracked him over here, and then he approached us and was like, hey, how about we have peace, I give you 100 coins, I become your vassal, and you give me autonomy. And I'm like, whoever heard of an AI being reasonable with a peace request, right? So naturally we took it. Gao Shun went over here, I burned down this stuff for momentum for the faction because Lu Ji's army was sitting still, and I figured that would be the better thing to do. And also, you know, we didn't really want the land, particularly it was turbines here, and then we came in here. moved over, and yeah, you know, the Duchy of Wu is doing too well, and we really need to trim it down to size a bit, because, I mean, look at that. I mean, what's going to stand? That's 5 armies, and they're all pretty juiced, and they're friends with the Duchy of Wei, so... And when we pieced out of the Alliance War, they still stayed in the war with the Duchy of Zhong, so I can't even, like, get them to stop it. But, I mean, it's just the Duchy of Zhong. Money's good, you know, the tributaries have overtaken the taxation, but fundamentally, you know, we make enough money to pay for everything. The positive is just from our folks there. Spun up some more armies here and here, and Zhengzhang just won a big fight here. Oh yeah, speaking of...
这就是轻视我等的代价。我用不上他们，天与不取，必受其咎。
Boom. We get this, and then next turn we'll be able to get some of the yellow cav in here, and Zhengzhang will be able to get like a Chu Blade Master or two, and that'll work a treat in this army. And then we'll trade it off after that. Have to spend it 5 hours in a row for indeed. Liu Biao, you know, will come down here.
聚气凝神。
And then we've got Yuan Yao and Yuan Yin both got to level 6 as well. So, you know, that's 2 more guys to run around with our red troops getting things, you know. Should be able to get things rolling before too long and really put the screws to them, you know. Let them know. Let them know. And then, so we'll... yeah, Modai for sure.
一统天下。
And, you know, green or purple would be good here. In a couple more years, we'll have a couple kids grow up that'll be useful for this. But right now, it's like... because this guy's level 6. It would, you know, maybe we just turn him off of Filial and Incorrupt. On the grounds that he's level 6. And a lot of other people are doing it too. You know, we've got lots of them rolling. Liu Lan gets it? That is a great pickup then. Also, she's... Girl! 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 My girl, showing up with the robes of the mantis and the philosopher. All right, I see ya. I see ya. Oh yeah, we could have picked it up from there and then moved it over, and that would have been just as effective. But yeah, what a grab, right? All right, Filial and Incorrupt with a yeah. Nice.
智略所指，我之所在。
Alright, he is willing to spy, so that'll be a good one here. Just get a purple in this army. Level 3 is good enough to get the,
满怀信念，奋力一战。
the Chu infantry, right? Which don't have shields, but do know how to brawl. Now, of course, we would need to drop the very nice units here from the Liu Biao to get more, you know, but, I mean, honestly, we're going to have another army with his, right? They're not going to be going alone, so we can get like a horse archer army that runs with them, but yeah. Yeah, Liu Xi's got to be a spy. He's been in the recruit pool for absolutely years. But alright, wonderful stuff. We get... commerce there. We're getting like the big silk buildings, so we're gonna get another big chunk of money. Corruption is starting to get a little annoying, but we can get rid of some of that. We don't need this place, but you know, having it for a replenishment and like standoff zone from the pass is desirable for right now. Oh yeah, and we got Zhang Yan into our umbrella because he was at war with us, and he was with Song, and we moved all that around. So now he's on our side, and we've got an alliance war against Wang Kuang here, who will hopefully be falling. Yeah, and then we've got Zhu Hong here, and maybe we can get his sweet stuff. But yeah, because not sure where Liu Bei is, but he's doing way better than Song is. But we'll go in here and brawl with them. He's at war with us, and now he's a vassal. Yep. Get wrecked, buddy. I knew he wouldn't do it. I just wanted to see how far off it was. But, you know, most people don't want to work for us. But the thing is we have here with this web of vassalage, with just Zhonglu being on this border is objectively awesome. Because when you have a loyal dude to hold the gate pass, I mean, getting the gate pass to pump up this commandery might be fine. But, you know, having somebody on this front, because this land is annoying. It's annoying to walk through, and it's annoying to, like, hold because it's the hinterland, right? I mean, you can get some money out of it, but fundamentally, like, Nanzhong is, like, good because it's hard to get to, not because you make money out of it. So, giving him this land, and we'll get our recruitment here with Zhongzhong, and then probably get rid of this land and keep on pushing through here. Hu Mao will never be a good vassal, but Zhonglu totally will. And she'll be over here on the border of Wu before too long, and we'll probably be able to spin up another army in here, you know, with one of these level 6 guys that we're going to get. And then, you know, get trebuchets and then, you know, elite melee cavalry or whatever. And, yeah, it's gonna work out. It's going to work out. You'll see. You'll all see. Yeah, famously a pain of a choke point, indeed. It's like, why don't we go north of those mountains and have a war? Oh, turns out it's hard to get there. Why don't we sit here for 5 years? Sorry, that's unfair. Why don't we sit here for 1 year, and then next year we'll make a decision about sitting here for another year? That's more accurate. Oh, and Hongfu Song fell to the ravages of winter here in 206. But of course, his bow has been taken up by the righteous steward of the Han Dynasty, at least so far. And I don't think that Enemy of the Han works. I don't think it works. Because I tried to do it to Wu, 10, 12 turns ago and it didn't click. And this time I went to war first with the Duchy of Song and then hit him with the declaration, and it didn't. And they had 0. They had 0 when I tried to declare them. But, pretty annoying. It's okay. It's like, Liu Xie, have you been trying to spy on me for 10 years? I know you have. If he wasn't willing to spy, that makes him a spy. That's my opinion. But we'll get some, we'll get something out of this. We've got our armies rolling. Makes no difference just about the Emperor sooner or later. Indeed. And really, if we eventually, if he flees from us or whatever, that'll give us an excellent pretext to kick off. But it's still pretty annoying because, like, look, not only is that, like, practical because he literally had 0 favor and I had nothing to do with it, but, like, being able to declare people an enemy of the Han is, like, at least 30% of the joy of being the prime minister of the Han, right? Some of it's, the prestige and the satisfaction and the tributare, but, really, it's about the joy of pointing at someone and being like, no, you in particular are the enemy. But it'll be alright. It'll probably be alright. Now that we've got a great bow, it shoots twice as fast as the bow that we were using, although it's got a little less range, which is very excellent. And of course, with Sun Ren giving us 100% damage, and with Huang Zhong giving us 100% shooting speed, we end up where, we have 66 ammo, shoot for 3.4k regular damage and 800 AP. That's so freaking much damage, and once every 2 seconds. So Lu Bu, finally, in his mien as the great archer, right? He's just gonna be like, bow, bow, bow. But, alright, let's see him do it. Unfortunately, Luke, looking at the clock, I really should wrap it up now, and this will be probably tonight when we get off of work, because for all that I'm like, it won't be long enough to play, this is the only thing I think about anymore. So we'll probably play this tonight, but you know how it is. If you yell at somebody at work, you want to show up on time the next day. But when we return, we will get to this fight, and we're about to be in the favorite part of the game, right? Where you just, like, get 2 armies that go everywhere and pal around, and then, a huge amount of cavalry and stuff in one of the forces is great fun. Because it's like, well, if there's a siege, we've got, the infantry over here. And, yeah, good stuff. Gao Shun is, of course, about to meet up with this army, and then we'll evaluate what's going on here. We might, once we get it, because now Fugan is level 6, right? And he gets ammo for archers in the own retinue, so not for siege engines or anything, but you know who does get it for siege engines? Liu Jin. But she's just level 3. Can't wait to get her a slightly higher level, because regular archers are, like, not that great. But we definitely, somebody with fire arrows to burn down the towers Still crucial. But there we go. Good stuff. We'll have more armies up, and the children of... You know, I'm going to say that they should be Chung hunters anyway, and, yeah. This army was specifically designed at the start because we needed to do sieges that we knew were going to be sieges. But we might swap it eventually, but I guess she's too far away from home to get the Marauders now. But or the hunters rather, but wish we had hidden axes there. You know, we might do a Zhengxiang campaign next. She does have one unit of hidden axes that she started with, so that's pretty sweet. And, you know, we'll probably leave them with her. With Liu Xie, that is to say. Zhengxiang did not have hidden axes. If she did, she would still have hidden axes. But we've got that building. We'll be able to swap to some gold cavalry, the Qingzhou guys, the very awesome gold cavalry, and then also pick up like a couple of Chu Blade Masters. Shu Blade Masters, right? Yeah, not Chu. Yeah, or are they Chu? Is it with a C? Yeah, I think so. The Chu Blade Masters, Sword Master guys, the dual sword infantry. And, you know, give a little bit more punch to the blob there. But anyway, that's what we've got now. Ma Chao and Zhengxiang are just absolutely monsters, right? You only need one of them in an army to do it. But, you know, you got to have two big punchy duelists. That's my way. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to get on with my day. Sadly, I would love to play this instead. You know me, I hope I don't have to tell you I'd rather be playing video games than going to work, but, you know, I wish I had more money than I have, and that's not very punk rock, but you do what you gotta do to pay your rent, right? Anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, hope you've enjoyed. Ellie, Luke, always a pleasure, so good to see y'all this morning, and even though I said I wasn't going to play last night or this morning of this, I'm probably gonna play it again tonight. So maybe I'll see you there. And if not, if I'm playing something else, perhaps I will see you there instead. But that's all we've got right now. The Righteous Duke. I'm glad we delayed going to King. I think in general, delaying going to King gives you a more interesting playthrough. Because as soon as you could start getting your huge Confederation ball going, like if you have good relations, obviously with Lu Bu, I don't feel like you get that much of a benefit from it. But, you know, I feel like for the story, you know, letting the other duchies try to do their thing while we run around with our halberd and swing at them, I think that's pretty excellent. But hopefully Lu Bu will be able to cross the names off of his kill list here in the north, right? Trim Yuan Shao down to size, get the brothers into the list, and then go south and deal with the Ascendant Wu, because they are really popping off, and we're gonna have to do something about it. But Liu Biao will be there, we'll get another army to spin off there, right? And then we'll have Zhengxiang down there, and we could spin off another army there too, and that would be a lot. Gao Shun, you know, in the north, and Lu Ji in the north. They'll probably be up there for a hot minute. I mean, a couple of years anyway, before they can get to the south. But we'll see. We will all see. See you guys.